Hello, this is Cthulhu-chan, and hi. It's been a while since I last did a video. Um, I was been meaning to do a video on what I've been watching this anime season, but I kind of been busy. It's summer, so I kind of ended up procrastinating a lot more than I usually would be. So you know, things happen, but hey, at least I've been at least I've been watching anime to pass the time. And I thought I'd do a wrap up for this summer season. I originally wanted to do a oh, this is what I'm watching this anime season sort of thing, like normal anime YouTubers would normally do, but I ended up putting it off for way too long, and now it's pretty much the end of the summer anime season. So it's yeah, there's no point now. So I thought, hey, let's just talk about what I have been watching and what I've been thinking about it. And so yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna go through, and hopefully you'll enjoy it, but probably not. But you know, people have opinions. I have an opinion, so and so I guess I'll start from top half and then work my way downwards because that seems like a normal way of doing things. But yeah. So the first one I've got on here is Asobe. I kind of yeah. It's this show right here, my boys, my sweet summer lambs. This shit, right here, is what I like to call a good show. Um, it's a comedy, obviously, but it's in a similar vein to as you would call Nichijou and stuff. As far as comedy goes, I like it. It's absurdist, sort of surreal humor, and I love it a lot. It's probably one of my favorites this season. It has a good opening song and good ending song. The animation's pretty great and creative. Though it can be fairly simplistic, but I think that's part of its charm. Kind of like with Nichijou, has a very simplistic sort of art style, but when it gets more surreal, there's a lot more detail, sort of thing, or a lack thereof detail. So it's kind of it's interesting. I like it. It's on its ninth episode soon, so it's almost finished because it's a 12 episode, I believe, anime, and well, it's been pretty great so far. I didn't watch it. It wasn't on my plan to watch list when I was starting out this season, but I ended up picking it up because I got told that it was very cool, and I like Nichijou, and they were like, yeah, you probably will like it. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll check it out. And so I ended up checking it out, and it's pretty great, and I love it. And probably I'll get some merch from this episode's and stuff because I like to support the anime industry and stuff. But yeah, that's my first thing that I watched. Now, oh boy, here we go. Let's go on to the next one. Oh yeah, here we go. Freaking Island, or I like to call it Stuff Happens, the anime. This anime is based off a virtual novel, and virtual novel animes can be good, but boy oh boy oh boy oh boy, this is quite the not so good category. I mean, it's good. It's got good fan service. It's good. It's got good animation, but it's so boring. I don't feel invested, and that's kind of why it's on episode 10, and I can't remember the last episode I watched. I think it was episode 4 or 5 I last watched, and I can't remember anything. All I remember is that there's a lolly with a lot of hair, and she's pretty cute, and I like her, but man, I am not invested, so I haven't really watched it in a long time. So I don't know what's currently going on, if there's any like major plot points or anything, but yeah, I haven't really dropped it because I kind of like it, but I kind of just don't because I'm not invested. If you get what I mean, it's very hard for me to like, you know, it's hard, and yeah, it's sad because I was looking forward to it because the the premise kind of got me that, like, when they cry Hirogashi sort of vibes, and I was like, this seems interesting. It's got a mystery. It might be something intriguing, maybe make you think, sort of thing. And it was like, no, it's kind of like stuff happens. There's some plot points here and there, some time travel stuff, and stuff like that, and it's like, what? It's not Steins Gate. This is not okay. Steins Gate. This is not, and it's just, and I haven't really seen that much fan art for this anime either, which is odd. So I think a lot of people dropped it, which is sad because the animation is really good. But at the same time, if animation being good is one thing, having a decent plotline is another. So yeah. It's sad. It's one of the tragedies of this season is Island, and I mean, if any of you guys are watching it, more power to you. But I kind of passed out at episode 4 or 5, if I remember. But anyways, let's get to something good. My boy, drop kick on my devil. Now this I can get behind. This is my sort of cup of tea. You know what I mean? You got surreal comedy, slapstick, my boy, freaking violence, freaking everything. It's like sort of like a Gabriel Dropout sort of thing, but more violent. Essentially, it's more violent Gabriel Dropout, and I love it. I love it. Oh, freaking a lot of people on the anime site that I was streaming off were like dropping it after episode 3, but I'm like, nah, man. The boys did a freaking Evil Dead reference in episode 1. They had me hooked. they knew where to push my buttons, and I was like, yes. And also, they have a freaking YouTube channel. I'll link it into the description, that they have a YouTube channel, and it's freaking cool. They're freaking doing a whole virtual YouTuber thing on it, and it's really cool, and I love it. I just love this program. The characters are great. My favorite character is Pekora, and she's like a fallen angel, and she's adorable, and she reminds me a little bit of Tomoko from Watamote. I think it's their like bags under her eyes and stuff. And I love just the overall thing. And you have the main theme. No, not the main theme. The ending theme. Sung by the same person who did like the Nichijou themes. Forgot what his name was, but the ending song is great, and it's on iTunes. Just saying, and yeah, I love it. It's great. Watch it. I think it's the best one one of the best ones this season. No, because nah man. Nah, God's sake, not the best this season, because there is one that towers above the rest, and we'll see. You'll see. Anyways, next up is Backstreet Girls. And if you know me, or you know my channel, I covered this in my first video that I posted on this channel. Well, it's technically not the first video that I posted on the channel, because I kind of had a Let's Play career that I kind of just deleted off this channel because, hey, it was embarrassing and it was awful. Let's just leave it at that. Anyways, I haven't watched any of the new episodes. I think I watched like 3 episodes and I kind of like tapped out. The animation is kind of... it's bad. It's bad. But I think I'm gonna pick it up once it's finished airing. and try and like go through all the episodes because it's a good anime. It's good dark humor. It does a really good job on like dark humor, but the problem is I just felt like the pacing was a little off with the comedy. If you know, I just felt like they brushed aside the whole sex reassignment surgery sort of stuff. I thought they would draw it out for more like humor for like 2 or 3 episodes max. 2 or 3 episodes just covering that, and then covering their rise to like popularity, much to their dismay, and then other comedy ensues, and like they become like the most popular idol group in Japan or something, like something like that. That's what I was expecting, but instead I got sort of a disjointed sort of storyline. It kind of does flashbacks and like forwards and stuff like that, and it's like it's very messy and it's not well done. The execution isn't that great, and I think that's its biggest fault. It could have been better. If they executed it in a different manner, I think it would have been better. But then again, I haven't read the manga or the source material, so it could be just that they brushed it over in the manga as well. But I felt like I needed a bit more, like, just downtime sort of thing. But that's just me. That's just how I felt about that. I like my humor a bit more. Not just chucks you into it sort of thing. I like a bit more of that. But then again, I like Jashin dropkick on my devil, and it's like that just shoves you in. But that does it in a way that I like. It's hard to tell because different types of humor lends to a different type of way of like introducing yourself to that world sort of thing. With this, I feel like dark humor kind of needs a little bit more nuance and a little more explanation behind it. But that's just me. That's how I like it. It feels a bit muddied, and the animation subpar doesn't really lend itself to it being good. And I mean, it's some of the jokes land, but most of the time you spend your time sort of like sort of like unsure. But yeah, that was that this season, and it was disappointing, but I'll still watch it. It's at least a, if I had to review it on the episodes that I've seen, this is up to like 3 episodes. Okay, people. It's around about 5. It's worth at least checking out. If check it out, and if it's not up to what you want, then drop it. But I'm gonna check it out a bit more later, and maybe I'll do a full review later on because, I mean, I don't mind it. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to fan service, and this is a masterclass in MILF fan service, my boys. Okay, so Miss Caretaker of Sunohara-sou is a great show. It is probably one of the best this season, along with Jesselyn Dropkick and another one that I'll talk about later. But we'll get to that when we get to it. And I watched the latest episode today, so I'm pretty fresh on what's been going on. And boy, oh boy, I do love it. It's pretty much one of the best. Like, I mean, I'm not a man who likes harems. I don't like harem anime. I find them a bit meh. That's why I think it's a bit meh. But with this, I like it a lot more. I feel it's got a better dynamic, and with its humor and how it handles itself, and it's kind of endearing. I don't know. The character of Sheena is like a guy who is more feminine. I guess you call him more towards a trap because he's more feminine in features. He's not very masculine for his age, and so I can semi-relate on that level. And it's kind of like he wants to be more masculine. He doesn't want to be this girl type character, but he finds himself being mistaken for a girl a majority of the times throughout the anime, and it's it's that sort of like tragedy of, oh no, like sort of they don't think that I'm a dude sort of thing, and it has those jokes in it, but it doesn't use them too often, so it doesn't like overbear you with that fact. But what it does do, and my boys, it does the do fan service was pretty gosh darn great, and all the characters tend to lend themselves to like situations, and if you're a man of culture, I highly recommend this anime. But you're probably watching the anime already. You're probably ahead of me, you know? You're probably already watching it, because I don't need to tell you to watch this anime. You are already watching it, because, boy, who wouldn't be watching this? It's just perfect fan service, and some of the fan art that's been coming out. Boy, you don't even need fan art. I mean, there's fan art coming out for it, but you don't even need it because the show delivers. That's the thing. And it's that good. That's when you know that a show is good. When you don't even need people to draw lewd fan art, because the lewdness is already in the show. And it's like, yes, this is what we want. This is what we want. Yes. This is definitely a good show. Check it out. At least check it out. I mean, if you're a person who's like objecting to harem animes like 100%, just give this a chance, because the fan service is that good. It's just that good. Come on. Just dive in. Check it out. Just immerse yourself in the world of Miss Caretaker-san. And it's so good. It's a good anime. I love it. It's so great. It's really good, and the jokes really hit. They really do a great job. I think the team behind it, what studio was behind this? Silverlink. Good jobs. You've done a good job. Here's me buying your figures, because I'm gonna buy your figures. I am gonna buy a few figures, specifically of Nana. If there's one thing that can get me going, is a anime girl who's tanned with tan lines. God damn. God. Top girl. Fight me. And I apologize. I'm getting off topic now. Anyways, next is Happy Sugar Life, it seems. Apparently I'm 2 episodes behind, but hey, I have a good reason for that, because I got to like 2 episodes. Oh no, it wasn't 2 episodes. It was 1 episode, and so I decided to binge watch and get up to date with it. Big mistake. It was a big mistake, because emotionally draining is the best way to describe it. It's a what genres does it class itself as? Drama, horror, mystery, and psychological. Yes. And another one, traumatizing. It's traumatizing. And people also dropped out of this anime as well, because everyone was typing in the comments about edgy, and I was like, well, it is horror, and it is anime. What do you expect? And it's like, yeah, I find this anime cool. I like it. It's cool. I would like it if it was not so emotionally draining, and then I'd watch it more often, but god damn, this anime does something. I mean, you know, it's like... Okay, I'm calming down. I'm calming down. Right. Let's analyze this properly, because I don't want to, like, brush this, like, all over the place like I did with everything else. This anime is good. Right. That's the point that I'm going to make. This anime is good, but this comes with caveats. I mean, if you really cannot stand more of anime horror, if you can't stand anime horror, it's not for you, obviously, because you cannot stand the so-called edginess, because that tends to be like 90% of anime horror. I mean, if you like stuff like Hiragashi, and I mentioned it again because I've had it on the mind quite often lately because I kind of miss it. But let's say, if you like Hiragashi, I think you'll like a lot of like the yandere-ish horror scenes. I think you'll like that. But if you like interesting visuals, like interesting like ways of visualizing the more yandere aspects of main protagonist and how she is mentally unstable, then I recommend this show. If you're an aspiring artist or an artist yourself like me, I recommend watching this because it has a very distinct visual style that I really dig. A lot of the like surreal ways that it interprets the lolly character, Shino, is like really exquisitely beautiful in my humble opinion. I find it like really interesting, the clashing color palettes, like the it has a very strong use of pastels and like sweet colors, but then it contrasts against the bitter, harsh tones of when something bad happens, you know? And that's what really gets to me, because that's the sort of like clashing color palettes and stuff like that I really like. That's why I love stuff like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with David Productions' art styles of having like when something bad happens and during the stand battle it'll like invert the colors, change the color palettes and everything. Stuff like that. Striking colors that like visually look interesting are good, especially when conveying characters' emotions and stuff like that, which this definitely delivers on, and I recommend for that. The storyline itself is very intriguing. It is about a girl who's in love with a lolly. They have this bond, but something isn't right, obviously. So throughout the series, throughout the episodes, it becomes more chaotic and more distraught, and like livelihoods are getting teared apart, sort of thing. And it's that sort of, it's just really screwed up to play it in a simple context. I could look into it more deeply. Maybe I should for another video, but it's definitely something worth checking out. If you like yanderes, if you like a cute lolly, that is a very cute lolly, by the way. Very cute. Probably top tier lolly in my books, but yeah, check it out. If any of this, what I've just said, sounds appealing, check it out. It's pretty great. I'll be getting back to watching it soon once I've fully recovered. I haven't. Just pointing that out. I haven't recovered from the last time I binge watched it, and it was traumatic, to say the least. It was whew, a lot of things happened, and boy oh boy. It makes you wonder if there's a single normal person in this anime. There's a lot of screwed up people, and ugh, yeah. That's all I've got to say about that. Happy Sugar Life, recommended, but we'll move on to the freaking pinnacle. Okay, people, This is probably the anime that you heard about the most this season, and for good reason, because it is the best anime this season. If someone says to you, no, it's Attack on Titan, no, it's some other mainstream garbage, then you should punch him in the face. Don't condone violence. Don't punch him in the face. Well, you can't, because you're probably talking to them over the internet anyways, so just... The point is, people, is that Cells at Work is the best show this season, okay? It has top-tier lollies, top-tier waifus, top-tier gaifus, and it's great, and it's made by David Production, and my boys, David Production, okay? Freaking... I just stood up, because I am just... I have to calm myself down. Whew. This anime is the best this season, by far, by a freaking light years best this season. And it'll be so unfair because next season JoJo Part 5 is coming out, so David Production would be best both seasons, my boys. So, you know, what can I say? What can I say? It's best this season, watch it. If you're not watching it, watch it. If you dropped it after 3 episodes, what is wrong with you? Freaking get back to watching it, you absolute imbeciles. That's all I have to say about it. That's just fact. It is just fact that this anime is the best anime this season. Probably one of the best this year. By far, in my opinion. And also, it's just the visuals, the characters, the way that it uses the human body, and like invents these characters of like different cells at work, and it's just great. I love the style, the aesthetic of it, just the cutesy sort of light-hearted humor. It's great. You cannot not like it, and it's just brilliant. And the romance between freaking the red blood cell and the white blood cell, I have never in my life wanted to ship 2 blood cells together, but goddamn, red blood cell and white blood cell deserve to be together. I'm getting too into it. But you can obviously tell that from my passionate ramblings that this is actually like fundamentally like the best freaking anime ever created. Okay? So watch it. And also you have the freaking palettes. The lollies. Don't loot them. They're the best. Lollies, top tier lollies. Just on par with Kana from Miss Kobayashi's, in my opinion. Just adorable. They're frankly the most adorable things ever. And I've seen cosplays of them. And it's freaking adorable. And it warms my cold black heart whenever I see a cute picture of them. They're the only reason to live. Which is ironic considering that they're helping me with whenever I get cut or something, and then they sort out my wounds. Because that's what they do. I have learnt things about the human body. Freaking... There you go, it's a brilliant anime. It does a lot of good things. And also, I heard that there's like another version of Cells at Work called Cells at Work Black, which is... This actually takes place within a woman's human body. And so that's why it's so nice and pristine and healthy. But on the flip side, in Cells at Work Black, it's a more dystopian sort of manga, and it takes place within a man's body, and it's like not as well, like not as healthy as the woman's body, and it sort of like flips a lot of the genders of the characters and stuff. And so you have freaking big breasted white blood cell, which is top tier waifu right there. Just putting it out there. Just look at pictures of it and tell me that it's not top tier waifu right there. Anyways, so I would like Cells at Work Black to be animated. Mr. David Production, if you don't mind, after part 5 and after you've done a bunch of Rohan OVAs, can you do Cells at Work Black? Because that would be freaking fantastic, and I love it. And also the opening and ending theme for this song, this anime is pretty damn great as well. Opening is great, it's its own original song, and the ending song is done by Clarisse, which does a bunch of anime songs. They even did one from Monogatari, another one of my favourite anime series. Anyways, yeah, so if you haven't already, check it out, because it's a great anime. And so that concludes my season roundup sort of thing. I'm sorry if I rambled on a bit too much. Probably this is like a long video. Hopefully I can upload it all in one, or maybe I'll split it up into two. I don't know. But yeah. This season's been good. It's been good because you had Cells at Work. You had Asobe. You had Jashin-chan Dropkick, which is Dropkick on My Devil. Miss Caretaker, and Happy Sugar Life, which are a bunch of great animes, in my opinion. Some of the best this season. I bet there was a bunch of other ones that I haven't watched, but then again, some of them just don't appeal to me. I don't really like isekais. I don't really like the mainstream sort of stuff like Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia. I haven't really gotten around to watching because it's just I don't really like to watch the mainstream sort of stuff. I have a copy of My Hero Academia Volume 1 on my shelf of manga, and it's been like there collecting dust. And I mean, I may pick it up because I've heard it's really good, but I mean, I'm half and half on it. I'm half and half. Maybe you can comment in the comment section and force me to freaking watch My Hero Academia and do a video about it. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, if this video reaches 10 likes, that's 2 hands, I will watch My Hero Academia up to the current season and do a full, like, review of it. There you go. That's a like goal. That's what the popular YouTubers do or something. I don't know. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Share what you've been watching this season, and give me recommendations, because I don't mind getting a bunch of stuff on my plan to watch list, because, you know, I like to open my horizons a bit more, because sometimes I feel like I kind of stick to one thing, but, you know, that's kind of what I enjoy, and we all have our niches, and mine tends to be comedy and slice of life, so yeah. Anyways, have a good day. You can subscribe to catch any other videos that I decide to do, or not, or anything else. So yeah. See you later, guys, and bye bye.